Friday, August 14th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. I want to start off today's edition of the video discussing the drought conditions across the region. There's the latest drought monitor issued yesterday, and you still have that moderate drought condition there for parts of the western sections of the Triad area back into portions of the mountains, and you still have the severe drought designation parts of Rutherford, Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Mecklenburg, Union counties, and then down into a good chunk of central South Carolina. And the drought continues to worsen. You know, you might have seen some of the news stories about the boat ramp closures and whatnot along some of the area lakes and waterways, and some of the swimming areas closed. Pretty rough stuff as the drought continues to worsen. So what does that mean? What do we need to get out of the drought? Well, here's a nice map put together by the folks there at the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center. And this is the rainfall needed to end the drought. And so you're looking at those purple shaded areas, which includes the Charlotte area, the Interstate 77 corridor south of Charlotte to north of Columbia, and also up in the high country of North Carolina and the mountains. You would need 12 to 15 inches of rain to end the drought. For the I-40 corridor, roughly 9 to 12 inches of rain needed to end the drought, and you can kind of go down from there as you look at the surrounding parts of the region. This is not a huge widespread drought when you look at the southeast as a whole in terms of the severe drought conditions, but it's pretty bad right here in parts of the Carolinas, and we undoubtedly need some rain, some soaking rain, and unfortunately that is just not in the forecast as we go through the next 5 to 7 days. Just not a lot of widespread rain opportunities. Now, we had a low humidity yesterday, pretty good day. There's your highs across the region. Triad viewing area in the mid-80s yesterday afternoon. The Charlotte area, upper 80s and lower 90s out there. Again, low humidity made it feel pretty workable. Just prior to 5 o'clock this morning, there's your temperatures: 57 in Boone, 74 in Charlotte, 71 in Greensboro, 70 in Columbia, 68 in Fayetteville. Storm tracker radar quiet across the Carolinas. Again, you have a few showers and storms offshore. Not a big deal, but still very quiet over most of the eastern part of the country, and I think the quiet weather overall persists. However, there will be some mountain shower possibilities over the next couple of days. These are your current dew points, still pretty low dew points across the region. Here's the dew point forecast as we head through today. Not quite as low as yesterday, but still these are relatively low dew points here as we go on through the weekend, so pretty workable levels of humidity as the weekend unfolds for us. Pretty quiet stuff, although again you notice the mountains might pick up some showers or storms, but I think outside of the mountain zones it'll be a dry day. Your highs shape up like that for your Friday. Heading on into Saturday, more the same. Could be a few mountain showers. Maybe the foothills getting into some of that activity too, but it's going to be tough to get any showers outside of those higher elevations. Your Saturday highs, there they are across the region. And Sunday, same general forecast concept as the previous couple of days, with the highs getting a little warmer, low in mid-90s. And it will get muggier, and we'll see more in the way of some mid-90s trying to work in as you get toward the middle part of next week in some spots. And I will mention just some isolated storm chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but boy, it does not look like anything terribly beneficial. There's a Avalon Pier web camera perspective early this morning prior to sunrise. Good beach weather if you're headed that way. Just a couple of afternoon storms with highs in the 80s, looking pretty good. Tropics remaining exceedingly quiet. Gulf of Mexico, nothing much happening. Caribbean Sea, same deal. Things are pretty quiet out there overall, and the same deal across most of the Atlantic Ocean. Just not much to talk about in the tropical update. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a great weekend, and God bless.